Imagine walking through a beautiful neighborhood on a sunny afternoon. The streets are clean and quiet. The houses are large and impressive. For bedrooms, 5 sometimes. Manicured lawns. Perfect landscaping. Luxury cars parked in every driveway. You see families loading suitcases into expensive SUVs, heading off on vacations to places you have only seen in magazines. You scroll through Instagram later and see their photos. Perfect beaches. Perfect sunsets. Perfect smiles. Perfect lives. It looks like everyone is winning. It looks like everyone has figured it out. It looks like success is everywhere you look. But what if I told you something shocking? Something that would change how you see everything? Many of those people are not rich. They are not wealthy. They are not financially secure. They are one paycheck away from financial collapse. One missed paycheck, one medical emergency, one car repair, and the whole thing falls apart. Behind the new cars in the driveway, there are loans with high interest rates and years of payments left. Behind the vacations to beautiful places, there are credit cards with balances that never seem to go down. Behind the perfect photos on social media, there are sleepless nights. Arguments about money. Stress that never goes away. Fear that never quite leaves. Today we are going to talk about a hidden crisis. A crisis that is happening in neighborhoods all across the country. A crisis that affects people with good incomes, good jobs, good educations. A crisis where people who look completely successful from the outside are quietly going bankrupt on the inside. And by the end of this video, you will understand why so many people who look rich are actually broke. You will understand how social comparison is quietly destroying middle-class finances. And you will understand how to escape the trap that millions of families are stuck in right now. Because the truth is simple. Modern life has turned success into a performance. And performances are expensive. They cost money you do not have. They create stress you do not need. They build a life that looks good from the outside but feels hollow on the inside. Part 1. The Neighborhood Illusion. Let us start with a simple story that makes this real. A story about a family you might recognize. Imagine a family. We will call them Elon and Allison. They live in a beautiful house just outside a big city. For bedrooms, a nice backyard where the kids play. 2 expensive cars in the driveway, both late model, both financed. Their kids play travel sports that cost thousands every year. They take vacations to places where people post photos. From the outside, everything looks perfect. If you drove past their house, if you saw them at the grocery store, if you watched them at school events, you would probably think, wow, they must be doing really well. They must have figured it out. They must be successful. But here is the truth. The truth that does not show up in the photos. Elon and Allison are drowning in debt. Credit cards with high balances and high interest rates. Personal loans from when they consolidated before, now back up again. Home equity loans that they took out to renovate the kitchen and now have to pay back. And almost no savings. Nothing in the bank. No cushion. No margin. Last month their refrigerator broke. It happens. Appliances fail. The replacement cost $1,600. For most people with savings, that is an inconvenience. For Elon and Allison, it was a crisis. They did not have the cash. They could not pay for it. So they financed it. Monthly payments. Interest. More stress. More weight on top of everything else. From the outside they look successful. Inside they feel terrified. They feel like they are one step away from everything falling apart. And here is the important part. The part that might be hard to hear. They are not unusual. They are not the exception. They are normal. They are what normal looks like in neighborhoods all across the country. Part 2. The look-rich economy. Our economy has quietly changed over the past few decades. It used to reward saving. It used to encourage thrift. It used to value people who live below their means and built wealth over time. Now it rewards looking successful. That is the new currency. That is what gets attention. That is what gets respect. Think about what you see every single day. Luxury cars on the road, many of them leased or financed. Renovated kitchens in homes that people cannot really afford. Exotic vacations that end up on credit cards. Designer clothes with logos that announce their price. These things send a message. They say, I am doing well. I have made it. I am successful. But here is the trick. Here is what most people do not realize. Most of the time, those things are not paid for with wealth. They are not paid for with savings. They are not paid for with money that was set aside and invested. They are paid for with debt. Credit cards. Loans. Monthly payments that stretch on for years. The modern economy makes it incredibly easy to buy things you cannot afford. A few clicks on your phone and anything can be yours, delivered tomorrow, financed over time. It is frictionless. It is easy. It feels like no big deal. And it makes it incredibly hard to admit that you cannot afford those things. Because when everyone around you looks successful, when everyone seems to have more and do more and be more, you start to feel like you should look successful too. You start to feel like you are falling behind if you do not keep up. Part 3. The comparison trap. Let us talk about something powerful that drives all of this. Something wired into human nature that companies and marketers exploit every single day. Comparison. Human beings are wired to compare themselves to others. It is how we figure out where we stand. It is how we know if we are doing well or falling behind. It is a natural instinct that evolved over millions of years. If your neighbor buys a new car, suddenly your car feels old. It did not change. It still runs the same. It still gets you where you need to go. But now it feels inadequate because something newer exists next door. If your coworker goes to a luxury resort and posts photos, suddenly your vacation to a normal place feels small. You had a good time. You made memories. But now it feels like you did not do enough. If your friend renovates their kitchen with granite countertops and new appliances, your kitchen suddenly looks outdated. It still works. It still feeds your family. But now it feels like it is not enough. This is called status signaling. It is when people use visible purchases to show their social position. To say, look at me, I am doing well. I am successful. I am someone who matters. But here is the dangerous part. The part that costs people so much money and creates so much stress. You do not see the credit card bill behind those purchases. You do not see the monthly payments. You do not see the stress and the arguments and the sleepless nights. You only see the finished picture. The highlight reel. The version of their life they want you to see. Imagine two families living on the same street. Family spends within their means. They save money every month. They invest for the future. They drive normal cars that are paid off. They take reasonable vacations. They do not look flashy. They do not impress the neighbors. Family B spends everything they have and more. Luxury cars in the driveway, both financed. Expensive schools for the kids. Constant renovations. Vacations to places that cost thousands. They look like they have it all. Which family looks richer? Family B. No question. From the outside, they are winning. But which family actually builds wealth over time? Which family has money in the bank? Which family can survive a job loss or a medical emergency? Family A. Real wealth is quiet. It does not need attention. It does not need validation. It just sits there, growing in the background, providing security and freedom and peace. Fake wealth is loud. It needs to be seen. It needs to be admired. It needs constant feeding to keep up the appearance. Part 4. Social media made it worse. 20 years ago, before social media existed, you only compared yourself to a small group of people. Your neighbors, your co-workers, your family, the people you actually knew and saw in real life. Now you compare yourself to the entire internet. Billions of people, and you see only the best moments of the best lives. Every day, all day, a constant stream of images showing perfect homes, perfect bodies, perfect vacations, perfect lives. But social media is not reality. It is edited reality. It is curated. It is filtered. It is the version of life that people want you to see, not the version they actually live. People post their best moments. The vacation where everything went right. The dinner where the food looked amazing. The new outfit that got compliments. They do not post the credit card debt that paid for the vacation. They do not post the argument they had about money the night before. They do not post the stress of wondering how they will make it to the end of the month. You see the vacation photo. You do not see the credit card debt behind it. You see the new car in the driveway. You do not see the monthly payment that stretches for 6 years. You see the fancy dinner at the nice restaurant. You do not see the financial stress that never goes away. And slowly, without you even realizing it, your brain starts to believe something dangerous. Something that is not true. Everyone else is doing better than me. Everyone else has more. Everyone else is winning. Even when it is not true. Even when the people posting the photos are just as stressed and just as broke as everyone else. Part 5. The debt treadmill. Now let us go back to Elon and Allison. Let us look closer at how the trap actually works. How normal people with good incomes end up in a hole they cannot climb out of. They make a good income. Enough to live comfortably. Enough to afford the things they need and some of the things they want. But their lifestyle costs more than they earn. Not dramatically more. Not obviously more. Just a little more every month. The kids play expensive sports because all the other kids do. They eat out often because it is easier after long days. They upgrade the house because it needs to stay nice. They buy things because everyone around them has those things and it feels wrong to be the only one without. Every month they overspend. Just a little. A few $100s here. A few hundred there. Nothing that feels dramatic in the moment. So they put it on a credit card. It is easy. It is right there. It solves the problem for now. Next month they do it again. And again. And again. The balance grows. The interest adds up. The minimum payment gets bigger. Then they take out a personal loan to consolidate the debt. Now they have one payment instead of many. It feels like progress. It feels like they sold something. But now they have a new monthly payment. And less money available every month for everything else. So they use the credit cards again to cover the gap. And the whole cycle starts over. This is the debt treadmill. You keep running. Your legs keep moving. But you never get anywhere. You never move forward. You are just running in place, getting more tired, feeling more desperate, wondering why nothing ever changes. And the longer you run, the harder it becomes to stop. Because your lifestyle depends on the debt now. Your whole life is built on payments and obligations that you cannot escape. Part 6. The people who are actually rich. Here is something surprising. Something that might change how you see everything. Many people who are truly wealthy do not look wealthy. They do not look like the people in the Instagram photos. They drive older cars, sometimes 10 or 15 years old. They live in normal houses in normal neighborhoods. They avoid showing off. They do not need attention. Why? Why would someone with money choose to look ordinary? Because they do not need to prove anything. They do not need validation from strangers. They do not need neighbors to be impressed. Their wealth is not in their driveway. It is not in their clothes. It is not in their vacation photos. Their wealth is in their bank account. It is in investments that grow over time. It is in freedom. The freedom to say no to things they do not want. The freedom to walk away from jobs they do not like. The freedom to sleep peacefully at night without worrying about money. The people who need to look rich, who need to show off, who need everyone to see their success, are often the people who are not rich at all. They are using visible things to hide invisible emptiness. And once you understand this, once you really get it, something powerful happens. You stop comparing yourself to appearances. You stop feeling like you need to keep up. You stop measuring your life by what other people have. Part 7. The Escape Plan. So how do you escape the trap? How do you get off the debt treadmill and start building real wealth? It is not complicated, but it requires honesty and discipline. Step 1. Be honest about your debt. Not kind of honest. Not mostly honest. Completely honest. Add up every loan. Every credit card. Every payment. Every balance. Write them all down in one place where you can see them. The number might be uncomfortable. It might be scary. It might make you feel sick. But truth is the beginning of freedom. You cannot fix what you refuse to see. Step 2. Identify which expenses exist because of social pressure. Go through your spending and ask yourself honestly about each category. The expensive car. The luxury gym membership you never use. The constant restaurants. The clothes you bought to impress people you do not even like. Ask yourself one simple question. Would I still buy this if nobody else could see it? If the answer is no, you probably bought it for status. You probably bought it to send a message, not because it added real value to your life. Step 3. Start building real wealth instead of visible wealth. Savings that sit in the bank and grow. Investments that compound over time. Emergency funds that mean a broken refrigerator is an inconvenience, not a crisis. These things are invisible. No one can see them. No one will be impressed by them. But they create real security. Real freedom. Real peace. Part 8. Powerful ending. Let me leave you with one final thought. Something to carry with you. Many people spend their entire lives trying to look rich. They work hard. They earn good money. They buy all the things. They post all the photos. They look successful from every angle. And they end up poor. Stressed. Trapped. Unable to stop. The smartest people do the opposite. They look ordinary. They blend in. They do not need attention. And quietly, invisibly, they build real wealth. Real freedom. Real peace. The world will always try to convince you to spend more. To upgrade. To keep up. To prove yourself. That is how the system works. That is how companies make money. That is how the whole machine runs. But you do not have to play that game. You can choose a different path. You can choose to build a life that is real instead of a life that just looks real. Because the truth is this. The people who look the richest are often the most stressed. The people with the most visible things are often the most trapped. And the people who look ordinary, who drive old cars and live in normal houses, are often the ones who are actually free. If this video helped you see money differently, if it made you think about your own life and your own choices, make sure to subscribe and join this channel. Because on this channel we do not just talk about money. We do not just talk about numbers and returns and strategies. We talk about how the system really works. The invisible forces that shape your decisions. The traps that catch so many people. And how to protect yourself from it all. I will see you in the next video.